I still wish you guys could see the recording setup because it's a USPS box and like because I don't have anything because of the hurricane, so like I don't have any of my stuff, and so it's a USPS box with like my mouthwash holding up the phone, and it's just like it's the stupidest setup, and actually I've had to like flip the box around because I just left it how it was the last time and it like indented the box. But yeah, I guess just roll the clip. Um, uh, yeah, I'm just getting off of work now. Uh, had had a Malibu pineapple. Because beer makes you fat or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that rhymes. Yeah, we'll go with that. Um, like it's it gets liquor and pineapple juice. And I don't see why that's a girl drink. It's like fucking pineapple juice is good and liquor is good. So like those two things together are just it's good shit. Um, Motivation I think will be the title of this one. I decided to go with a small talk as the series name. Boy, is it hot in here. I did not turn the AC low enough when I got home. Motivation is that thing that like leaks out of you throughout the day. Um, Connected to motivation is like because like motivation is like the willingness of someone to do something essentially. If I remember the definition correctly. Um, Related to it is like uh willpower in a way because you just don't have like the will to do something you won't do something like motivation is fucking crazy. It's like well, you can have all the motivation in the world in the shower. You get out of the shower and then you're like damp and like a little cold. Not happening. Or like at night, you have all that motivation. You're like, dude, I'm gonna get everything done. I'm gonna like turn my life around. I'm gonna do everything right. Like tired you is selling checks that sleep you is not gonna be able to cash. Like that's just not happening. Like realistically speaking, no. um, But no, like motivation like leaks out of you throughout the day. It's the damnedest thing. Like you'll wake up and you're like, I'm doing stuff. You do like two things and you're like, nah, this is it for today, man. I'm sure there's a solution to that. I'm sure not being depressed would help a little bit. Um, Probably a lot. Probably not being depressed is like the golden key to like getting your life in order and doing stuff. But yeah, I'll let you know when I figure that one out. When I figure out the key to not being sad anymore, I'll let you know, big dog. I'll let you know. Not motivation is like it's also still echoey as hell in here, and like I put clothes on the floor, like thinking like I took the clothes like out of the basket and put them on the floor, thinking that would help, and then I'm like, oh no, that's not the wall, it's not the floor, so that's just not happening. Um, Next is trying to record in the closet. I would say record in the closet, right? Like, well, same general shtick, right? As Matt Pat once did. But the thing about the closet is there's clothes hanging up, and that is what muffles the sound. I don't have hangers. All my clothes are folded, just on the floor. That won't work either. I'm sure. I'm sure it'd be worse. I don't know. Is a smaller space or bigger space worse? We're getting off topic. Enough of these videos have to have a topic or a cause or a reason. Motivation though. So there's like this study. I'm sure I'm gonna get things wrong. Because it's like 12 o'clock at night. I just worked all day, and I just started drinking a little bit. So I'm gonna get stuff wrong. Well, it's been a while since I remember it. Um, so, but I'm speaking truth. Just take everything with a massive, giant grain of salt. So there's this not a study, but like so essentially, you know how you go into a grocery store and like especially like Walmart, all like the healthy stuff and like the good decisions are like up front. and like anything else that's like either like an impulse buy or not impulse. So like, so it's like a U shape, right? It's kind of how they want to direct you around, maximize the they want you to they change so many tangents. They change the layout frequently just to kind of like be like, oh, I thought this was here. I guess it's over here. So you end up walking through aisles you don't mean to and all that stuff because slowly you'll lose willpower to say no to things you want. It's actually like this really weird study. Um, the reason why they do this is like they found out throughout the day, like you have just like so much like willpower and like ability to say no to things that you want or like make good decisions essentially. Like, oh yeah, vegetables, fuck yeah. But you'll like eventually just run out of that. Like everyone does for the most part, especially subconsciously, not happening. And so because of that, you just like the more like you have to make consciously good decisions, the easier it is to talk you into stuff. So grocery stores, they put all the good decisions like vegetables and fruits and stuff, and so like you're like giving yourself little brownie points in your head. And then you start to like go through the more aisles. That's why like the dessert stuff's in the back, and like they put stuff you need in the back. Like fucking, that's why eggs and milk and stuff like that are just all the way in the back because they know that you're probably going to the grocery store. You're gonna buy those things, so they want you to have to walk all the way over there. So you're gonna be saying no to like some like stuff like desserts and stuff. They'll put a little bit like all the freezer stuff they'll put up front, right? And then you'll get to the back and you're like, I got the milk and eggs. Well, let's walk this way. And then that's where the electronics section is, you know? You're like, oh fuck, dude, maybe I'll buy a TV, you know? Car stuff's over there. The video games are over there. Like all that kind of fun jazz is over there. You know, I start walking through like the home section. You're like, man, I guess I could use another shelf. You know, and like it's like scientifically proven that you just run out of like motivation and you run out of willpower like super fast. Like it's not like a large gauge on the best of days, and like so it's just like. So especially when like you just don't want to do anything, if you so the point is if you start your day just like be like I really want to get into bed, right? Getting into bed's a hard task. Everything else throughout that day is gonna be like fuck it, man. I got a bed, you know. I'm gonna have this piece of candy. I'm gonna buy this video game. I got a bed, man. That's like accomplishment number one of today, you know. Like I'm gonna treat myself a little bit, and I'm gonna play video games for the next couple hours, and then your reward center in your brain is so broken at this point with everything that they feed you. It's just like you're so used to like micro dopamine hits that you can't go without it for 30 seconds. And I am at no means like a saint when it comes to this. Like you will catch me on my computer, dual monitor. I used to have 3 monitors. Right now I just have them down to 2. Dual monitor, like I'm like watching YouTube and I have like one like up and down. So I have like YouTube's here. I have like something else going on down here, and I have like something else going on down here. Sometimes it'll be work. Don't get me wrong, it'll be YouTube and like a passive game going on, and like work. Or sometimes it won't be work. It'll be like something I want to do, and so it'll be there. And sometimes even that will be split into like 2 different windows. So like ding, 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 and then like without a doubt, I'm probably playing Dokkan on my phone. Because I'm doing this, it's like 10-year anniversary right now. It's like the worst fucking dude. If they stop making Dokkan, I don't even know if I want a smartphone anymore. Like I don't like. My phone does YouTube, Dokkan, phone calls, and text. I don't care anything else. Like might as well not be. And so like I get the micro dopamine hits. So like if you're not getting that like doing stuff without YouTube is painful. Like when was the last time you ate food? Like not at a restaurant, like not with people or anything. Like just sat down in your own home, had a meal by yourself, and didn't watch YouTube or like TV or scroll on your phone or do anything else, and just had food. I can't think of a time like in the recent years that I've done that like willingly, you know? Like you'll catch me with a book before I go like just eat food without doing something else. And I think some of it is just like there's so much. Like, I've recently maxed out my watch later list on YouTube. Turns out playlist maximums on YouTube are 5,000 videos, and my YouTube playlist for watch later is a playlist, it turns out, and it maxed out to 5,000 videos. Now, I wish the watch later video thing, like, if you watch the video all the way through, would like auto like get out of there. It doesn't, and I don't have the time nor energy to really like. I don't know. Can you see my belly when I'm doing this? No. Okay, cool. Um, just like go through and like check and see if I've watched those videos, cause like who does? It's like my Gmail. Like I'll get around to these 40,000 emails. Eventually, you know, and like you're like, oh, we'll just fucking like I like I'll try to do like massive deletes at once, and I'll do like get rid of all these things with this tag, and you boop boop, and you're like, oh, it's 3,000 things going. You're like, cool, and like it'll be full, it'll be back up again like soon, like very soon. But like with all the little dopamine hits they're used to, and like FOMO, like fear of missing out, and like just all the things everyone has going on in their lives all the time, having willpower to do everything every day is just not super feasible for most people, especially when you're like sad and stuff. Like it's just not happening. And the biggest thing I can say is do two things every day. The first thing you should do is something you can do immediately when you wake up, like something super easy, like just be like brush my teeth, right? That's thing number one off the list. But boom, dopamine hit, we're good. And then you do the second thing, whatever that is, make it like meaningful, hopefully. But you put like five things on your list, right? Because if you only have two things on your list and you do one of those two things, you're like halfway there, which is good in brain. But you can also justify like I had half the things on the list. We're good. Put five things on the list. If you get to like two of them or three of them, it was a good day. But you also have to like not punish yourself if you don't get to one of them. Like I would wake up and I'd be like, or I'd like set a plan on doing these five or six things, and my ex-wife would like, she like hate it if I didn't do all those things that day, and I'm like, none of these things are time sensitive. It's time sensitive to be done, right? If you give me a deadline, I'll wait till the last minute, but it'll be done by the deadline, you know. So none of these things are time sensitive or like need to get done, but just like things I would like to get done, eventually or within the near future. So I put them on I'd be like, I'm doing these things tomorrow, and like I get like two or three of them done, and I'm like, I'm accomplished, dude. I got things done. This is recording still, right? Yeah, okay. You gotta make sure. Um, so I'm like, I got like three things done today. I'm hyped. I did a good job. I'm gonna make dinner for us, and it's gonna be awesome. And she's like, but you didn't do these things, and I'm like, I know. This is planned. Some of these things are not going to get done. This is a sacrifice that I'm willing to make, you know, to get some things done. Is to not get everything done. So my words to you in this small little talk we're having here, my rambling. Get some things done. You don't have to get everything done, but get something done every day, just a little bit. Because the more things you get done in your life, the more you'll get done in your life. Yeah, that's a fucking great sentence there. No, like you're probably depressed and you're having a bad time. I know. I'm currently there. I was there, and I probably will be there. Um, it's the sooner you get life back on track, and the sooner you don't feel like everything's falling apart all the time, is the better you feel. I'll let you know when I get there. I've gotten there. Not very long, but I've been there. It's nice. I will. It's nice sitting down to play video games and not feeling guilty. You know, it is a different feeling when you're like, man, I don't have anything I have to do. I could do nothing and not feel guilty about it. I could play video games and not feel guilty about it. I could go do whatever and not have to justify it to myself or anybody else in my life. That'd be awesome, you know? And it's like half a pipe dream to want to get there or to get there, but like, it's attainable. Like, don't get me wrong. You can always do more, and don't get into that trap of like, oh, I be doing stuff, I be doing stuff, I be doing stuff, I be doing stuff, because you'll want to die. Um, so don't do that. But on the flip side, Don't be unmotivated to do things. Know what needs to get done and what doesn't need to get done, and work on stuff. Do a little bit at a time, and you'll get there eventually. Like that's the only way I've gotten through things in my entire life is just saying, hey man, nothing can last forever. Everything is temporary, which is frightening. But on the flip side of scary things, you know, uh, bad things are temporary. It goes back to nihilism last time. Things only matter if you let them matter, which is good because that means bad things only matter if you let them matter. But on the flip side, good things only matter if you let them matter. So you can only be happy if you let yourself be happy. You can be sad either way. That doesn't like you can be sad no matter what, but being happy is like half a choice. Like you can just like take things that you go, in the Marines, one day at a time. If you can't do one day at a time, that's too much of a like time frame. Chow to chow, 3 times a day. It's like 4 hours apart. You can do anything for 4 hours, walk into the next chow, and you have like the 2 minutes of peace between those two walls, and you're waiting to get your food and everything. Um, Eating is stressful in boot camp. Don't get me wrong, it is. Getting to the table is stressful, but that moment in between the walls is nice. It's like those moments in church. It was Sunday to Sunday, right? Church to church. That moment of break where there's no drums, where they can't yell at you. So it's Sunday to Sunday. You can't do Sunday to Sunday. You do day to day, rack to rack. Every day at 0800, you're going to bed and you're gonna get your 8 hours of sleep. Firewatch would like to have a word with your 8 hours of sleep, or people getting yelled at during Firewatch would like to have your 8, or just for shits and giggles. Your 8 hours of sleep is just not happening. But rack to rack. Can't do rack to rack. You do chow to chow. If you can't do chow to chow, you do hour to hour. You can do anything for an hour. Like fucking anything. It can suck. Embrace the suck at the end of the day. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Da da da. Right. Fucking anything for an hour, you can do. I promise you. Mentally, physically, you're not planking for an hour. I'm sorry, bud, you're not that guy. But mentally, you can do anything for an hour, right? If you can't do that, you live minute to minute. This 60 seconds will get me to this next 60 seconds, and you'll do that for fucking 160 seconds is a minute. 60 minutes in an hour, 12 hours, so 60 times 12. 12 times 60, 72, 720 times, something like that. 720 times a day, right? If that's what you need, fucking minute to minute. So take that philosophy into your own life, like it will suck. Embrace the suck a little bit. Like things aren't meant to be good all the time. I'm not one of those people who are like, imagine how much worse it could be for you. There's people starving in Africa. There's also people living up in Africa. I hate to disillusion you. I'm pretty fucking sure Dubai is over there. Like a lot of people have it better than me. I mean, I should be like middle of the ground sad. Like what percentage of bad to good people above and below me is what makes me happy. Like when my wife left, fucking man, I found out seeing happy people does make me sad. Seeing sad people does not make me happy though. So like I don't know what the game is, but I don't know how to play it. Maybe I'm just not that guy at the end of the day. But yeah, motivation. It will drain out of you throughout the day slowly but surely. Don't make any decisions that are important past 9 o'clock. And just everyone has a different sized crack or drain hole or whatever, when you're depressed, that bitch is like a 5-gallon bucket is what I imagine, right? About that big, right? There's a hole at the bottom. I think most people, it's like a drill hole. You're sad, it's like a fucking, like one of those like big old bits, just going get stuff done. Get stuff done early. Fucking wake up. Don't I am the worst when it comes to staying in bed. Don't do that shit. That shit is bad. Bed is for sleep and nothing else. I don't have a TV in my bedroom for that reason. You know, you cannot be in bed all day because the bed becomes like something else, not sleep. Bed is for sleep. I don't care if you have to go sit at your computer chair, if you have to go sit on the couch, lay on the floor. Don't lay in bed all day because that will zap your motivation quicker than anything. And don't let like shit ruin your day. There's no point to it, cause like if someone's like dick to you for like 5 minutes, right, or whatever, or like just passively, like in go, like it is, they're not gonna think about that shit ever again their entire life. Why are you letting them occupy that much of your mind? Don't, you know, like it's just not worth it. At the end of the day, like just sorry about that, guys. I was on a whole thing there. My phone ran out of recording space. I'm pushing this 128 gig Google Pixel 6 to its limit. I will promise you that. It was like space 100%. That bitch is full. Uh, okay. I forgot to move it to the trash can, so it made like a little bit of space, but not a lot of space. I deleted some older videos that I already put on my computer. I was on a whole tangent. I forgot where I was. Yeah. Do stuff today. At least like one thing or two things. Do two things today. You do. Put it in the comments. I'll put two things I did in the comments today. Um, I can think of two things. I cleaned my car. I took out the trash. I did three things and I went to work. I count work as a thing that was done today. Yeah. So put your two things or more or five if you're like like a teacher's pet or whatever. No one's judging. Um, yeah, I guess we'll do that outro. This was a bit longer of a talk. It was like 20 something minutes. I didn't need for it to. I rambled a lot. But yeah, may love follow you. Peace, light in your heart. May the stars for you and everyone else. Goodbye.